Not at all.
It is.
The 2020 election is just around the corner, and two major topics that are expected to come front and center are jobs and immigration. Meanwhile, House Democrats are resuming their fight over the DREAM Act to give legal status to immigrants who came to the United States illegally when they were kids, a move that could help this country's growth overall.
Yeah, this is the thing people have to remember. I mean, we know we've got a lot of existing data over the years, but there's new data now from the bipartisan research organization New American Economy. It suggests immigrants almost universally create a net benefit to every state's economy.
Joining us now, Chief Economist at Grant Thornton, Diane Swonk. Diane, let's start with fields. What industries are most reliant on immigrants?
Well, they're sort of at extremes. We see agriculture, which the administration has actually gotten a little more lenient on in talking about temporary summer workers, the tourism industry, these low-wage jobs that aren't filled or able to be filled by other workers, places like Maine, which has no young workers whatsoever, needing to have temporary workers in the summer to deal with their tourism. Agriculture, the planting and picking of crops is a really big issue. On the flip side of it, you get the really high end, and it ties into this educational issue. We don't develop the talent we have in this country by rewarding privilege instead of ability and grit. And by doing that, we don't have the educational talent we need, but we also need immigrants on the high end, the H-1B visas. We need immigration reform desperately, but these people who are filling positions that really don't have someone trained in the United States to fill, we don't have enough of them. There's a shortage of them in the high-tech sector, and also bigger hurdles. Not only are their approval ratings going down, but also bigger hurdles this summer. We start to see the spouses of those immigrants not able to work.
So you actually, if you could rearrange America's immigration policy in light of our job issues, what would you do? Because you have the advantage of you're in the Midwest, you're from Detroit, you've seen what happens when there are more people than jobs, more trained people than jobs, which is a situation we have in some parts of the country. And then you're talking about places like Silicon Valley, where there are far more jobs than trained people that even exist all over America. How do you solve this problem well so that Americans are not anti-immigrant and yet feel that they're getting the fair side of the bargain?
Well, really what we did is we had globalization and technological innovation, and we have a developed economy generating more jobs from technological innovation, but not the kind of jobs we've trained anyone for. And to say that people just can't be trained is just ridiculous. Human capital is malleable. I've seen kids from the most disadvantaged neighborhoods rise up through grit and do amazing things out there from their junior year on. These are kids that didn't have the best nutrition, that didn't have the best schools, and do the best in the best schools when they're given an opportunity. So, you know, there's a lot of myths about what we do with our own talent and how we nurture it. That's one side of it. And we do not invest in K through 12. We've starved public education budgets. Teachers are going on strike in the tightest labor market we've had in ages because their wages have lagged and resources for their kids are compromised. Kids only going 4 days a week in school in places like Oklahoma. This is not helping the situation. So the immigration and the skill mismatch is because we've failed to invest, and there are some things we can do to make it easier. Interestingly, I mentioned it last time, Ollie, that, you know, white men with with less than a high school diploma, although they're not participating still, they're spending more on family responsibilities and going to school now. All of the recession, it was retirements in prime age and disabilities that was causing them not to participate. So there has been some shift, and the idea of getting them trained and not giving up on them, regardless of their age, is important.
Hey, MSNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there and click on any of the videos here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. You can get more MSNBC for free every day with our newsletters. Just visit msnbc.com/newsletters to sign up now.